So here are some examples for homework 26, which is adding and subtracting radical expressions. Example 1, you should have the same number under the radical. And when you have that, you just add together the first two numbers. So 9 plus 5 gives me the 14, square root of 5, and the square root stays the same. Example 2, 7 square root of 2 minus square root of 8. One of your radicals is probably already simplified, so you just rewrite it, but then one of them is not, so you have to come over to the side and do a factor tree. So 8 divided by 2 gives me the 4. 4 divided by 2 gives me 2. So that means that the square root of 8 is 2 times 2 times 2. And so this still stays. And I circle pairs of numbers. And when I do that, since I have one circle, I have one number out of the circle that comes out. And what I have left inside is a 2. And now I just subtract the outside numbers. So 7 minus the 2 gives me 5, square root of 2, and that is my answer. Number 3 has quite a few steps to it because we have 3 different radicals that all need to be simplified. So over here, I'm going to do my factor trees. So I need to do factor tree for 48. 48 divided by 2 is 24. 24 divided by 2 is 12. 12 divided by 2 is 6. 6 divided by 2 is 3. So that means that I have the 2 that was already there. Square root of 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 3. Again, that 2 was already there. I have a pair of 2's and then another pair of 2's. So I have one 2 that comes out and then another 2. And then what's left inside is square root of 3. So then I have to multiply 2 times 2 is 4 times 2 is 8, square root of 3. And then now I need to do the factor tree for 12. I'm going to actually do that down here. So 12 divided by 2 is 6. 6 divided by 2 is 3. So this is plus square root 2 times 2 times 3. Circle a pair of 2's. So that means that 1 2 comes out. And I'm left with square root of 3. Then I need to do my factor tree for 32. So 32 divided by 2 is 16. 16 divided by 2 is 8. 8 divided by 2 is 4. 4 divided by 2 is 2. So I have 5 2's. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Circle a pair, circle another pair. So I have 2 2's that come out because there's one circle, 2 circles. Square root of 2. So now this is negative 2 times 2 gives me negative 4. Square root of 2. And now I have 2 radicals that are the same underneath, the 3's. So my like terms. So I add 8 plus 2 to get 10. Square root of 3 minus 4 square root of 2, and that is my answer. Number 4, 6 square root of 2 minus 4 square root of 2. Well, they have the same radical, so we are allowed to subtract the 6 minus 4 to get 2, square root of 2, and that's my answer. Number 5, 2 square root of 5 plus 5 square root of 5 minus 4 square root of 5 minus 1. Now I have 3 terms that are like, and so I add the 2 plus this 5 plus or minus the 4. So 2 plus 5 is 7. Minus that 4 would give me 3 square root of 5. And then I have my minus 1. And that is my answer. Number 6, I have 2 radicals and then 1 plain number. Well, the radicals I can add together, and there are no numbers in front, but there is an invisible 1. So it's 2 square root of 14 plus 14. And if I were to try to take the factor tree of 14, there are no pairs. So my circled answer is my final answer. Number 7, I have 2 radicals that are the same. And remember, there is an invisible 1 here. So I will take 2 minus the 1 and get 1 square root of 2, and then minus square root of 7. And in Math Excel, they may want to see square root of 2 minus square root of 7 without that invisible 1 in front. And that is my answer. Number 8, I will have to simplify both of my radicals. So I will have to do the factor tree of 8. And then I'll have to do the factor tree of 18. And now that they're simplified, they do have the same radical. So I just add the 2 and 3 on the outside and get 5 square root of 2. And that is my answer. Number 9, square root of 45 plus 4 square root of 20. Again, I'm going to have to do a factor tree. So factor tree for 45. Now 2 doesn't go into 45, so I'll have to divide by 3. So the square root of 45 is the same as the square root of 3 times 3 times 5. So I'm going to circle my pair, and it comes out. We'll do the factor tree of 20. So that is, oh, and I have the 4 out there. So 4 square root of 2 times 2 times 5. So I have plus, I have the 4, and then I have to bring out a 2's and leave the 5. So this is 4 times 2 is 8 square root of 5. And then I had my 3 square root of 5 plus. So now I just add together the 3 and the 8. 11 square root of 5 is my answer. And our last one, number 10, 14 square root of 3 minus square root of 3 minus 9 square root of 3. And we have to remember that we have the invisible 1. So 14 minus the 1 gives me 13, and then minus 9. And actually, a better way to look at it might be 14 minus 10, because minus 1 and minus 9 would be minus 10. So 14 minus 10 is 4, square root of 3, and that is my answer.